Hey everyone, it's Elisa, not Alyssa, and today I'm going to teach you how to pronounce the y sound in Italian. Okay, so before we start the video, I'm in a new place. This is my new apartment in Italy. So if you see any videos within the next couple months or something that aren't here, either it's a collab or it means that it's old. So just so you know, I have my nice microphone that I brought back from Canada that I had over there. I've had it for a couple of years. I'm just hoping that it'll help you hear all the little details in the pronunciation so there's no echo and it just sounds better, obviously. I'll try not to cover my face too much with this. I have this in so I can hear what I'm saying, so I can hear if it's the right volume, and anyway, it doesn't matter. So that's it. Hope you enjoy. Now let's begin. This sound is, in my opinion, or in my experience, the second hardest sound to pronounce in Italian. So brace yourselves. If you guys don't get it right away, don't worry. It was really hard for me. It wasn't impossible, but it was kind of weird and foreign. It's not like the R that took me freaking 3 years to learn, but it's the second hardest one in my opinion. First, I'm going to teach you how to actually pronounce the sounds, and then I'm going to give you some words so that you can hear the pronunciation and just give you some words to practice with. So what does the GL sound like? It's y, y, y. So it's pretty weird and it's pretty difficult, especially for us English speakers, but you can basically think of it as a cross between an L and a Y. This sound is not gl, okay? You're not going to say gl for this sound unless you're saying a word like globale, but that's another thing. It's still kind of hard for me sometimes. Like sometimes I still do have to slow down, and I'm what people describe as someone with very, very accurate pronunciation. So if I even have trouble doing it sometimes, then don't feel bad if you can't, but work on it because it's useful. So again, this is kind of like a cross between a Y and an L. So y, y. So just think of doing like y and l at the same time. That's kind of what you have to do. So it typically sounds like y or yi, like that's the article, yi. But if you do speak with someone who's Roman, Romans do tend to pronounce this more like a Y, so they'll say yi instead of yi. So I don't know if you can hear the difference, yi and yi. Or I'll take one of my examples. I say maglia, which is the standard pronunciation, whereas Romans will say something more like maglia. So it's kind of like a strong Y. Now, if I didn't get that 100% perfect, please, my beautiful Italian followers who I love, don't come after me. But from what I've heard, that's pretty much what it is. So if you do hear a Y, that's what they're saying. If you get stuck with this sound and you cannot pronounce it for the life of you after months and months and months, then use that strong Y in the place of it, because they will understand that you're trying to do the GL sound. And I mean, Romans do it, so it's not wrong. It just only exists in some accents and it's not in the standard pronunciation. But of course, it's better to get the standard sound. Okay, so how do I physically produce this sound? It's weird. So here's the thing. It's not an L and it's not a Y. As I said, it's kind of both. So with an L, so my tongue is touching basically where my top teeth and my gums meet. It's touching both of them. You need to pull it back a bit, okay? So it's here. So now it's kind of in the middle of my mouth. What your tongue needs to do is be kind of flat, and it needs to lightly touch the inner corners of your top teeth. It's kind of like the TH. You know what the TH, it's like, so the tongue kind of sticks out a bit. It's even a little bit less than that, but it's just lightly touching it. So it's lightly touching that point. It's kind of flat, and there's quite a bit of tension in my tongue. I don't know if that's because it's not my main language, but there is some tension in my tongue. So if there is a bit of tension in the tongue, that's okay. So yeah. You can think of this as kind of like our vowels. So our O in English is kind of like two vowels put together. It's O, it becomes a W kind of. So think of it that way, that you're kind of going from one sound to another. So it's ye. So don't forget, your tongue is not touching your top teeth. It's farther back. The sides of your tongue are touching the inner part of those top teeth. And the tip of your tongue is touching the top of your palate, but in the middle of your mouth. So, I mean, I don't know if you can even see, but so it's kind of like an E. You know when you make an E sound in English, E, and you're kind of smiling? It's very similar to that. So put your mouth in that position. Here's what we can try. Make an E. Now make an L with the same position of your mouth. So E, L. Now put your tongue back. E, L, L. And now put the sides of your tongue on those top teeth. So you can hear that it sounds more like a Y now. It sounds more like a Y, and now we want to add that y. It's kind of going like from an L to a Y. So y, and then an I at the end. Does this make sense? I really, really hope it makes sense. This is the best way I could possibly explain it. Of course, there's a lot of experimentation that goes into it. And if you guys do have too much trouble with it and you do end up wanting to take lessons with me, you can. I have an email for that. I'll leave it up here and in the description box. But if not, just keep experimenting with it. It's kind of weird, and it does take some time, but you will get there, okay? You will. So, yi. So try to go from an L to a Y, but it's not like yi. They're not separated sounds. It's kind of like the O where it melts from one sound to another. So, oh, it's melting from one sound to another. They're not distinct sounds. It's the same thing with this. Yi. So the sensation that I feel when I make this sound is I feel my soft palate kind of opening up. Like I feel this opening kind of towards the back of my mouth when I make this sound. When I go from the first sound to the second sound. Yi. Like I feel like this whole area is just opening up, okay? So if you feel that, then that's not necessarily a bad thing because that's what happens to me when I do it. Oh my gosh, I'm sweating already. This is not good. All right, so I hope that gives you enough indication of how to pronounce it, enough of an idea of how the sound is pronounced. So it's yi. So try to just do it at the same time as me. A great thing to do is to record yourself on your phone quickly saying it and then play it back so you can hear how similar it is to the way that I'm saying it. And hopefully that works. I really hope that's enough. Now, I'm going to go into the actual words that we can practice with. So, okay, I already said the first word. It's gli, which is an article. So, gli animali, l'animale. So that L apostrophe becomes gli. So, gli animali. So you're just going to want to start with this one first. And then once you get a little bit comfortable with it, try to experiment with the other words or just do it with me just for fun. As I said, if you do get really stuck, just try with a strong Y sound, like saying yi, not yi, but yi. There's a lot more tension happening in the back of my throat. I don't know if it's like that for Italians, but for me, there is. Oh my gosh, it's hot. Okay, the second word is aglio, which means garlic. So aglio. So it's not aglio or aglio. Even though the L is similar, that's not the sound. So when you say the word family in Spanish, there isn't that sound, it's just an L, but be careful because in Italian it's GL, so it's familia. So if you say familia, it's like they might get it, that you're trying to say family, but it's familia. So there is a difference, even though they are similar. If you're gonna choose between one sound, between the L or the Y, go for the Y because that's definitely closer. So the right way is familia. If you say familia, they'll probably get it anyway, but it's better to say familia, because Romans say it. That's just my opinion. You can do whatever you want, obviously, but in my opinion, it's better to go for more of a Y sound because it is much closer to the sensation that I feel when I do y instead of doing l, because the L is much more frontal, I guess. I hope this is still recording, because if not, I'm gonna freaking cry. Another word is voglia, want, desire. Ho voglia di mangiare un gelato. I really feel like eating ice cream. Voglia. The G has nothing to do with anything. Like there's no G in the sound. It's like the TH. Like you don't actually pronounce a T when you pronounce a TH. It has nothing to do with it. That's just the way that we write it. So try to think of it that way. Try to ignore the G and not say famiglia, because famiglia is like blasphemous. Don't say famiglia, please. But obviously the first time I saw these words, I was like, how the heck do you pronounce this? Like voglia? Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, continuing. So, another word is meglio. Mi sento molto meglio. I'm feeling much better. So, meglio just means better. Meglio. Oppure. Why am I speaking in Italian? Another word is maglia. Sveglia. Okay, I hope you can hear like all the beautiful little details with my wonderful microphone. And the last word is coniglio, which is a rabbit. Coniglio. So hopefully after this video, or after a ton of practice, you will be saying gli all over the place. I really hope that helps. Now again, like the R, I mean, in my opinion, the R is much more difficult when you do have a lot of trouble pronouncing it. I mean, if you've been trying for years and you can't get it, it's hard to get it going. This one is still weird, but it's more easily attainable. I think it's something that you can get with practice. I mean, you can get the other one with practice too, but this one, I think, comes a little bit more quickly. So that's it. If you guys want more help or you want private lessons with me, you can email me here, or I'll also leave it in the description box. And like this video if you think it was helpful. If there's anything you think that we would have liked me to add, I hope I gave the right amount of direction and like what I'm feeling and stuff like that, so you can kind of get an idea, touch it again, of how it's pronounced. Let me know if you like that, and if you're finding these pronunciation videos helpful. Give this a like if it was helpful. Comment down below letting me know how it went. And that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye.